Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, March 15th, 2019. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice the uptrending bull structure is still intact here. Very bullish trend, uptrending market. The recent pullback here was bought. A nice rejection day last Friday led to a very strong week so far today. This could continue to lead to more strength overall. As you know from the recent pullback low here, that projects a monthly target to the upside of an average range basis to 29.26.5, and it also gives us the 28.78 here as the primary target. This is your high probability target zone for the month, which means we could still have more upside here ahead. Now we are still sitting at that major area of resistance, 28.20 or so, we could still see rejection and a failure there that could rotate us back to these lows. But after a recent rally like this, at the very least here, even if we did pull back, we may go sideways and build a range rather than really sell off right now. So at the moment, still showing quite a few signs of strength here and could be headed even higher, especially if price continues to hold above the previous month's close here. So we could dip down here and still be headed even higher. So this is still pointing up for now. One thing to keep an eye on is the previous session's high. Really two-day highs are right there, and it's sitting right at that level. And if there's any failure to find acceptance above 28.25 early in RTH, perhaps we pull back toward VPOC for the day, 28.18, and perhaps a little bit lower. Okay, here's a look now at the NQ. You'll see here with the NQ, very similar price action, but this one really pushed past the previous high here on the recent pullback. It's been a great pullback and bounce. Now we have a very narrow 3-day range here. Prices are sitting near highs, and again, while we are sitting here near resistance, 7,200, 7,250, we're now above 7,300, and overall, you know, we could continue to see strength back toward the previous highs here at around 7,700, 7,800. So overall, this is a very important zone. 7250, getting above that area and holding above it would suggest more strength. Any pullback below it could see failed new lows for a continuation. From the lows of the month, we still have a forecasted price range up here at around 7450 to 7600. So there's still more upside ahead that could be seen. Any pullback could be defended until proven otherwise. Here's a look at crude oil. You'll notice here with crude oil, we've had quite a bullish move. Last Friday, we had the failed low. Failed low led to a big time squeeze here so far. I mentioned before that on the breakout from this range, on this breakout, we could see a move of about 6 to 8 points. And from this low here, 54.50, we've already gotten to 59, and that's a good 4.5, 5 points there. And that could lead to even more strength ahead, because this forecasted move still takes us perhaps as high as 60 to 62. So again, we could be looking at more strength ahead. Right now we are seeing a little bit of signs of early selling pressure after a failure to hold above the previous session's high. That could lead to a 1 to 2 day pullback here to retest 57s. 57s were resistance. Now a retest from above could lead to another round of strength. So we could be seeing short-term weakness here ahead of the next bounce ahead. Lastly, taking a look at gold futures, you'll see gold here working on an impulse move here. Got an impulse sell-off, strong bottom here, and almost got to the 1315 target to cement that key range. We're still working on that for the most part. This has been you know, a range where we had an impulse sell-off looking for a strong low and got a strong bounce, but yesterday's pullback was pretty sharp. It continues to hold 1290 though. The 1290 level is very important. 1293 we talked about before is very important. It held that zone and is bouncing. So as long as it holds above 1290, there's a shot to continue higher, especially to at least 1315 to cement this key range. And from there, we could build out a bit before we see another round of strength. One thing is clear here. In terms of market structure, you have this zone right here, which is about 1280. You have the upper zone right here at about 1360. And once we broke back above the 1280 level, we rallied almost to the other end of the range, and we've come all the way back. Usually you go all the way back again and perhaps stay in that range. So this move could take us all the way back up to 1360 based off of how it's bouncing off of 1280. Okay, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.